So Matt Gaetz is under a lot.
Holy crap! Why is her camera at like five frames per second? Do I have to play this at 2 times speed to finally get to like a 30 FPS? Wait a second.
I would imagine, stress at the moment. He's got a lot going on. He's being accused of quite a few sinister, terrible things. And the big question that we're going to ask tonight, we're going to explore, is this a case of Matt Gaetz being a bad guy, a bad character, doing things that really he absolutely should not have been doing, and he should absolutely be shunned for this? Or is this a case potentially of the establishment going after him? Let's take a look. So the last week, there was a story going around that Matt Gaetz had potentially sex trafficked a young girl. This was
As one does. You know how you guys wake up and accidentally sex traffic a 17-year-old girl across state lines? Just a regular weekend with the boys, you know what I'm saying?
the story that had been going around that Matt Gaetz was, that he had...
Damn, she cute though? She is pretty. But don't let her looks fool you.
Otherwise, this isn't like as much headline worthy as they've made it for the last week. So today I decide, let me just check in. What's going on with Matt Gaetz? And to my surprise, I read some other stories about Matt Gaetz. So let me see if I can find them here for you.
Wait. Rewind a little bit. Excuse me, ma'am? What were those tabs? What were those tabs? Wait, we got to slow this down a tiny bit. Millions are tumbling out of the global middle class and historic setback. AR-15 with pistol grip. Kim, are you okay? Listen, I know we didn't really hop on the hop on the force the vote thing. I know we had a little bit of a political disagreement there, but you don't have to go like all. You don't have to go wild. Lady literally typed in AR pistol. Why? Why do you have that pulled up?
Sorry, because we had this little bit of here we go. Because we had to switch our computers today, we had to kind of change things up here. So here's this from ABC News. I come across this article and I'm like, oh, okay. It says feds looking at alleged payments Representative Matt Gaetz made to women online and online solicitation, says sources. So I'm like, wait a minute, whatever happened to the 17-year-old? This is right here. The federal investigation targeting Republican Representative Matt Gaetz is specifically looking into whether he and an associate in his home state of Florida provided cash or other things of value to women they had sex with after connecting online. The New York Times first reported Thursday evening, and a source familiar with the matter confirmed to ABC News. Gaetz' associate, former local politician Joel Greenberg, was indicted last year for allegedly trafficking a teenage girl for sex in 2017, and the Justice Department is also trying to determine whether Gaetz had sex with a 17-year-old, according to sources. The details of the investigation were first reported by the New York Times 2 days after the paper revealed that an investigation was underway. The disclosure has sent shockwaves through the Republican circles, particularly among close associates of former President Donald Trump, who considered Gaetz a staunch ally and loyal friend. So it says here that according to the Times, investigators believe Greenberg met women through certain websites and introduced some of them to Gaetz as recently as 2019 and 2020. Gaetz and Greenberg told women to meet them at hotels in Florida, laying out how much they were willing to pay beforehand. The newspaper said. So I see this story and I'm thinking, wait, what? Excuse me. So this is what's kind of happening right now. Now, what's interesting about this story? I see this story and I'm thinking, wait, whoa, okay, this now looks like a witch hunt. I mean, first you're going after the guy looking for the 17-year-old.
What? What? Why is this? Oh, at first I was really mad about him sex trafficking minors, and then I realized he was just involved in a massive prostitution ring that involved minors. And I was like, oh man, this is a crazy witch hunt. Woman, what are you talking about?
Year-old girl that he potentially slept with, that he potentially flew around to travel with him, which was then considered sex trafficking. We've apparently moved on from that, and now we're talking about Tinder dates. I mean, that's what we moved on to? Like, what is this? Tinder dates? I mean, I don't know what online place they're talking about, but I would imagine Tinder, right? So they're meeting women on Tinder. They're saying, hey, let's meet up at this hotel, like a hotel bar, most likely because these guys are traveling. They're at a hotel. They obviously are hoping that these women will eventually sleep with them. That's what a lot of guys hope. They invite the women to the hotel bar. They say they're going to buy them some drinks, maybe buy them some dinner. Maybe they'll buy them, some nice Veuve champagne or something like this, right? And so they say this to the women online, like, hey, what's up, babe? You want to meet up? I'm staying at this hotel. It's got a great bar. Why don't you come on down? I'll buy you some Veuve. Then we can maybe, I've got some oysters. I don't know, right? And then the women show up. It's a date, I guess. And then they're targeting women who are looking for fun, looking for a good time. The guys make it really, really clear. This is very common on Tinder, actually. This doesn't mean, oh, wow, you're soliciting prostitution. If that's what that means, then a lot of people have been soliciting prostitutes, apparently, on Tinder. And so, a lot of times people get on there and they say, hey, I'm not interested in anything but a good time. I'm not interested in anything but a one-night stand. I'm not interested in anything but sex. You see the guys.
Yeah, it's really sad seeing how far some of the people that we watched have fallen, right? I mean, look, let me tell you what was really a part of my political diet back in the day. Like, during the 2020 election cycle, Kim Iverson, Jimmy Dore, Crystal and Sagar, and Secular Talk were like really big in my political diet. Really, really big in my political diet. And I've had to phase out nearly all of them because they've just gone so unhinged. Dating women is always transactional, I guess. Yeah. But she's like, well, I mean, that's a lot of guys do that. She's literally doing the guys being dudes. She's doing boys will be boys. Hey, boys be boys, and sometimes they'll slip into an underage prostitution ring. You know, they just kind of be like that. It's just they're meeting 17-year-old girls on Tinder and offering them hundreds of dollars to sleep with them and their associates. You know, normal things like normal things that normal political people do, right?
On Tinder with just their shirts off. They don't even show their faces. They're clearly there to have an affair, cheat on their wife. That is pretty common on online dating. So to twist that in some way, now
Wait, Kim, how often have you been home wrecking? How many of these shirtless, faceless affair men have you been hooking up with? Damn, maybe I know Kim has stopped posting as often. Is that what she's been up to in her spare time? She's just been fucking the shit out of affair boys. Maybe. Interesting.
I don't know any more about this story. If they were to release more information about this, then maybe, maybe other facts will change it. But it sounds to me like Tinder dates. And it sounds to me like they were traveling and they were looking for hookups. And they were telling the women, hey, meet me up at this hotel. Yeah, you down? Are you interested in like a relationship? Because I'm not. A lot of people lay this out in advance. And actually, it's courteous to lay it out in advance. You don't want to lead somebody on into thinking that you're going to have a relationship with them. And suddenly you say to them, hey, listen, I was just here for a night. I was here for a good time.
How do you spin sex Hello. Wait a second. Hey, Bixby. How do you spin sex trafficking a minor into a win? She's not taking my answer. I don't think she wants to answer that question. It seems the internet has no answers. All of the internet besides Kim Iverson, I guess. I'm so scared. I'm so worried. It's consensual sex trafficking of minors. Come on, dude.
Anything more than sex. So that's not really the culture anymore in dating. Maybe these old fogies who haven't dated in a long time don't realize this, and people that are investigating Matt Gaetz, but that's the way it works today in 2021 and in 2019 and 2018 and in 2015. This is how this has worked. You go online, you look for a hookup, you make it clear, you tell them, let's meet up, I'll buy you a drink, and then you have sex. Does this mean that every woman who showed up under the pretense that she was going to receive a drink or a bottle of champagne of some sort, or the guy was going to gift her with tickets to some show, hey, I can't make this show tomorrow night, but I've got tickets, whatever that might be, whatever the guy chooses to try to entice this woman to meet up with him for one night and one night only, does that mean that this woman now is an escort, a prostitute, or someone that he has solicited online for sex in some form of illegal solicitation? Does this mean that the men who also are the ones solicited by the women are women now, because it's happening both ways on Tinder and on other apps like that? Does this now mean that these men are now also prostitutes, male prostitutes, being solicited for sex by the numerous women who say, hey, let's meet up, looking for anything they possibly can to throw Matt Gaetz under the bus? There doesn't seem to be any there still for anything going on with him. Now, why do I think this might possibly be an establishment takedown of Matt Gaetz?
I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I'm gonna become the Joker. I'm turning into the Joker as we speak. I can feel it. How do you do this? How do you fail young women so bad? How do you do it? Takedown? It's a hit job. She spun credible ties of him being linked to a child sex ring, a child prostitution, child trafficking ring, to it being a W. Not only a W, because he gets mad puss, all right? Not only does she spin it into a W, she spins it into a political hit job. How can you do this? This is your brain on anti-establishmentarianism.
Because if you don't know, if you haven't been following Matt Gaetz, which I have been because I find him to be a really interesting politician,
why do you follow Matt Gaetz? What's happening?
A bit, too polished and kind of, seems greasy, like a used car salesman in a lot of ways. Yeah, Matt Gaetz kind of has that thing going on, right? Like he seems shystier, sort of like a salesman-y in some way, like too polished. I don't really like that aspect of him. I like somebody a little rougher around the edges. But nonetheless, Matt Gaetz has done a lot of really good things while he's been in Congress. Now, I don't agree with him on a lot. He's a Republican, and I don't agree with a lot of the things that he thinks is the right way for this country to go in, but I do agree with him on a lot of other things. Now, let's talk about how Matt Gaetz has actually been an enemy to the establishment for quite some time.
Bro, is she like supporting Matt Gaetz because she wants to be riding his baloney pony? I don't understand how she can actually be trying to defend this. What is happening?
Have you ever seen, here's this on HBO, The Swamp. Have you ever seen The Swamp on HBO? I recommend everybody watch this. Watch this show, watch this movie, The Swamp. This follows...
The fuck? She's like, I think this may be a political hit job. Look at this Amazon movie. Fuck you, what's wrong with you?
Matt Gaetz, and also Ken Buck from Colorado, and Thomas Massey from Kentucky. And it really showcases a Republican effort to drain the swamp, a Republican effort to swear off PAC money, a Republican effort to make change in the establishment. You'll see during this movie that Matt Gaetz works regularly with Ro Khanna. You'll see that Matt Gaetz regularly is trying to, discussing behind the scenes and in front of the camera on Fox News, trying to transform Washington in a way that actually works for the people, a more progressive view of how things.
Matt Gaetz is trying to make Congress more progressive. Matt Gaetz, who voted against the certification of the election results because he wanted Donald Trump to perform a fascist coup on the United States government. I'm losing it, dude. I'm losing. Dude, I can't believe am I still subscribed to her? No. Thank the Lord Almighty, dude. Wait a second. What, Matt Gaetz' voting history? Matt Gaetz voted against he was the only vote, the sole vote in Congress against an anti-human trafficking bill.
Now, here's another thing. This is a political article. This was from early 2020 here. It says Representative Matt Gaetz, top Trump ally, swears off PAC money. Says, I've never turned tricks for Washington's PAC, but as of today, I'm done picking up their money in the nightstand, the Florida Republican said. So yeah, it kind of seems like he says, listen, I'm not going to be a prostitute for the establishment anymore. So what, the establishment instead accuses him of paying for prostitutes.
He's not going to be an establishment prostitute. He's just going to have child prostitutes. And you know what? For Kim Iverson, that's a girl boss moment. That's an absolute W right there. That's what in her business, that's what we call a gamer moment. I hate my life. Streaming was honestly one of the worst mistakes I've ever made in my entire life. Matt Gaetz, the world's most progressive politician. Paycheck Fairness Act. No. Farm Workforce Modernization Act. No. American Dream Promise Act. No. Removing the deadline for ratification of the Equal Rights Amendment. No. Violence Against Women Act reauthorization. No. Wait a second. He's so progressive, guys. Oh my gosh, he's like one of the most progressive politicians in there. Oh my gosh, he's like, oh my goodness. So he votes against human trafficking being a bigger crime. He votes against violence against women, and then he's accused of sex trafficking child women. Interesting that, isn't it? For the People Act, no. The George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, no. Equality Act, no. American Rescue Plan, no. Nice. Man, he's so good at this. The only thing that's like mildly progressive that he voted for was making marijuana illegal. Maybe so he can smoke out his child prostitutes, who knows? So the only thing he'll be able to offer them won't be just his limp dick. It'll be also weed money. Who knows? Yeah, man, Kim Iverson, she's so good at this. I hate my life.